Sometimes a single sentence from a complete stranger is all it takes to change your life forever. This is the story of one of the world's greatest actors, a man who nearly lost everything to addiction until a stranger's unexpected words shifted everything. This is the real story of Anthony Hopkins. But more than that, it's a story of how truth, when spoken at the right moment, can shake a soul back to life. In the late 1970s, Anthony Hopkins was already a respected actor. His talent was undeniable, intense, raw, captivating. Directors loved him, audiences admired him, but behind the stage lights and camera flashes was a man drowning in alcohol. He drank not just to escape stress, but to escape himself, to numb the anxiety, the self-doubt, the haunting thoughts that wouldn't go away. Each night he told himself, just one drink to calm the nerves. But it was never one. Missed rehearsals became common. Blackouts became dangerous. He would wake up in hotel rooms with no memory of how he got there. He lost friendships, opportunities, and parts of himself. He once said, "I couldn't stop. I didn't know how, and no one could reach him." Then came that one moment, that seemingly ordinary moment that would change everything. It happened at a party, not glamorous, not dramatic, just people chatting, music playing, and glasses clinking. Anthony was sipping whiskey, laughing too loudly, his voice slurred, when a man he didn't know approached him. Not with concern, not with pity, just a calm gaze and a question. "Do you want to live or die?" That was it. Just one sentence, no speech, no drama, no judgment. Anthony was stunned. He stood there frozen, glass in hand. The party around him blurred. For the first time, someone had spoken directly to the hole inside him. He didn't answer, but inside, something cracked. A voice he had silenced for years finally whispered back, "I want to live." He later said, "It felt like something in me cracked open." The next morning, January 1st, 1975, Anthony woke up feeling the weight of that question. His head ached, his hands trembled. But that stranger's words rang in his mind like a bell. He walked to the kitchen, looked at the bottles lined up like silent captors, and one by one, he poured them down the sink. No applause, no audience, just him and the sound of liquor disappearing down the drain. He made a decision. Not to drink less, not to try, but to stop, completely. No rehab, no ceremony, just raw will. And he never drank again. That morning wasn't the end of pain, but it was the beginning of healing. The days that followed were brutal. Cravings clawed at him. Memories haunted him. There were nights when he wanted to scream, to give up, to escape into the bottle again. But every time the temptation rose, he remembered the question. Do you want to live or die? So he chose life, one day at a time, one moment at a time. He returned to acting, but now his performances were deeper. The pain he once ran from became his power. He channeled it into roles that touched millions. Years later, he won his first Oscar, then another, and another. Not just for playing great men, but because he had become one. Now, in his 80s, Anthony Hopkins still speaks about that night, about that man he never saw again, and that question that saved his life. Do you want to live or die? It wasn't a threat. It was a mirror. It forced him to see who he had become and who he could still become. That's the thing about truth. It doesn't always come in big speeches. Sometimes it comes in a whisper, from a stranger, at exactly the right time. So here's the truth. Change doesn't always start in rehab. It doesn't always come from books or courses or rock bottom. Sometimes it starts in a living room, with a stranger, with one sentence. And maybe, just maybe, today is the day you hear your sentence too. Maybe today is the day you choose to live.